My girlfriend said, "I don't see you as a boyfriend anymore. Just a roommate who pays bills." That was the moment everything inside me just froze, not shattered, not cracked. Froze like my brain needed a full reboot to understand what the hell had just come out of her mouth. And all I said was, "Perfect." I don't know why. Maybe survival instinct. Maybe spite. Maybe something inside me finally woke up. But the second I said it, something clicked in me cold, sharp, precise. My name's Evan, I'm 29, and up until that moment, I thought I'd been in a real relationship with my girlfriend of 3 years. Lily, 27. Turns out, I'd actually been living with a future cautionary tale. We'd been sharing an apartment in downtown Denver for about 18 months. A good place, clean lobby, decent rooftop, overpriced parking. Back when we first moved in, everything felt right. She'd grab my arm in the elevator, kiss me before work, send me dumb memes throughout the day. But slowly glacier level slow things shifted. The date nights we used to love became, let's save money. Babe, weekend hiking trips turned into, maybe next month. My schedule's crazy. Sex dwindled from a couple times a week to maybe twice a month, on a good stretch. When planets aligned and she wasn't too stressed or too tired or dealing with something personal, honestly. The excuses blended together so much I could have written a bingo card with them. And the thing is, I kept trying. I planned little dinners, bought her favorite Pinot, set up stupid movie nights with her comfort films. Suggestions, ideas, small sparks. Every time, she'd smile, say, "Yeah, that sounds cute," then bail at the last minute. Work thing, friend emergency, headache again. Meanwhile, I was quietly bankrolling our entire life. Rent was $2,100. I covered $1,500. She tossed in $600. Utilities usually me. Groceries. Internet me. Her car because she'd had an accident 6 months ago and needed help for a little while. I was dropping close to $2,600 every month while she contributed $600 and vibes. But I didn't question it. I told myself, she probably has debt, or she's figuring things out. Then came the night everything snapped. She was curled on the couch, scrolling on her phone. I suggested this new Italian place downtown, nothing fancy, just a place she'd mentioned months ago. She didn't even look up. "Can't afford it." "I'll pay," I said automatically. And then she gave me this weird mix of pity and annoyance, like I was a stray dog begging for table scraps. "Evan, we need to be real about what this is." My stomach dropped. She put her phone down, sighed like she was about to deliver a TED talk, and said, "I don't see you as a boyfriend anymore. We don't have passion, no spark. We're basically roommates. You pay most of the bills, so, roommates who share space." I just stared at her and asked, "So you want to break up?" "God, no," she said immediately, like the idea offended her. "Why would we? This setup works. We get along. Low drama. No expectations. Just roommates." And she actually smiled, relieved. That was the moment I felt the switch flip in my head. "Okay," I said. "Roommates it is." She nodded, happy as hell. And that was when I opened my laptop, pulled up Excel, and started drafting what would become the most beautifully petty document of my adult life. The roommate expense agreement. The next morning, Lily's phone pinged mid-episode of some reality show she was glued to. She opened it, saw my email titled "Roommate Expense Agreement," and her face. It was like someone had thrown a bucket of ice water on her. Confusion, annoyance, rage bubbling right under the surface. "What the hell is this?" she demanded. "Roommate expenses. Split evenly. Rent, utilities, groceries, car insurance, streaming, everything. Each pays their own way." She blinked at me like I'd grown horns. "But, you make way more than me." I shrugged. "Still split evenly. Roommates do that. Standard deal." Her face went red, voice rising. "I can't afford this." Then, get a cheaper place, or work more hours. Roommate solutions. She slammed her bowl down and stormed to her room, slamming the door like it might leave a dent in the apartment's foundation. I finished my coffee, shrugged, and went to the store. Bought only my groceries, set up a mini fridge in my room, kept my food separate. That was it. Roommate rule number 1. Groceries separate unless agreed otherwise. She got home, opened the fridge, stared at the empty shelves, and blinked at me. Where's the food? Roommates don't share unless they agree. No agreement. She tried to soften her voice, reached for my arm. Come on, Evan, don't be like this. Not everything has to change. I looked at her, calm, precise. It did change. You changed it. Over the next week, she cycled through all the classics. Tears, anger, guilt trips, bargaining. Nothing worked. Then reality hit. Her car insurance lapsed. What about my insurance? She yelled. I stopped paying it. Roommates don't pay each other's insurance. Suddenly, she was broke. Ramen noodles every night, complaining constantly. Not my problem. Roommates. Meanwhile, I set up a dating app profile. Within days, a match. Someone fun, smart, funny, coffee date scheduled. The night of the date, I was in my room, putting on a nice shirt and jeans. Cologne lightly dusted. Knock, knock. Lily, why are you dressed up? Going out. Her eyes darted, brain clearly trying to process the concept of a roommate who dates other people. Yes, single people date. We're roommates. You made it clear. She froze, mouth opening, closing, searching for a loophole in English somewhere. Meeting someone? For a date. Yes, coffee. Maybe dinner. She turned, mouth dry, walked away. Date went great. Conversations flowed, laughs came easy, plans for a second meet. I came home around midnight. Lily was on the couch, lights low, trying to look casual. We need to talk, she said. It's late. I'm single. Single people date. You created this. Roommates can date whoever they want. She froze, muttered something about it being messed up, then retreated to her room. I locked my door. Things escalated fast after that. Clothes everywhere, dishes piling up, hair strands like confetti in the bathroom. I moved her stuff, she exploded. Stop touching my things. I said, they're in shared spaces. Roommates respect shared spaces. Oh my God, stop saying roommates. She called her friends over constantly. One night, loud music at midnight on a Tuesday. I knocked, asked politely to keep it down. Friend laughed. You really going to tell her what to do in her own place? Our apartment. We both pay. I pulled out my phone, started documenting. Friend went quiet. Music stopped. Lily screamed at me for an hour, stormed to her room. I went to bed. A few days later, she tried charm. Dinner, favorite shows, wearing that blue dress she knew I liked. What are you doing? Being friendly. Roommates can be friendly, right? Roommates also don't manipulate. I'm not. I miss when we had fun. I shrugged. You have a roommate, not a boyfriend. By choice. She crumpled. I walked away. Second date went even better. Sushi, conversation, laughter. She insisted on splitting the check. Nope, I pay my own way, she said. Wild concept, right? Her mum even got involved. Classic mum lecture. You're punishing my daughter. How can you treat her like this? I stayed factual. She set boundaries. I'm respecting them. There is no relationship. We are roommates. Her mum's face tightened like she'd bitten down on a lemon. 30 minutes of threats, guilt trips, manipulation attempts later, they left. I kept calm. Roommates, Lily wanted it. I gave it to her. Then I learned the truth. The roommate setup wasn't a request for independence, it was a power play. Lily had been lining up someone new, a co-worker she'd spent months hanging out with, showing off, flirting, while I paid the bills. Safety net. Emotional backup. Free test drive. That guy. Not interested in a relationship. Karma, beautiful and slow. A few weeks later, things got really interesting. My new girlfriend, Sophie, was officially in the picture. We'd been dating for about a month, and honestly, it felt effortless. One Saturday morning, we decided to make pancakes at my place. I was flipping the first batch, Sophie laughing at my uneven stacks, when the bedroom door creaked open. Lily stepped out, hair messy, pajamas half on, and froze. Her eyes went wide like she'd just seen a ghost. "Are you serious right now?" she hissed. I turned, spattering batter on the pan. "Want pancakes?" "You're awake early." Her lips trembled, face pale. "You're sleeping with her here, in our apartment?" I shrugged, flipping another pancake. "Yes, she's my girlfriend. This is my home. Roommates can have guests. You made the choice." She stepped back, grabbed her bag, slammed the door behind her so hard a picture frame fell to the floor. Sophie and I exchanged a look, shrugged, laughed it off. Pancakes never tasted better. Over the next few days, Lily oscillated between sabotage and tantrums. Petty things, unplugging my phone at night, forgetting to hand me packages, leaving the water running while I showered. I documented everything. Times, dates, incidents, roommates, nothing more. Then came the big mistake. She went to the landlord, claiming harassment, intimidation, accusations of me bringing women over to make her uncomfortable. I stayed calm. Women, one woman. We watched a movie for 2 hours, not against the lease. The building manager looked uncomfortable. "But, weren't you together?" she asked. "We were." She told me she doesn't see me as a boyfriend. Roommates, right? Lily's mouth opened, closed, words failing her. The manager shuffled papers. Nothing illegal, nothing against the lease. She got a written warning for property damage, the glass frame incident. That broke something inside her. Her friends started showing up, trying to corner me, yelling, accusing. "You're ruining her," one said. "She destroyed the relationship." "You're just living with it," I replied, calm and factual. "Fix what?" "She doesn't want to be a girlfriend. She made a choice. People deal with consequences." They couldn't wrap their heads around it. I just repeated, roommates, done. Meanwhile, life with Sophie was easy. Coffee dates, laughter, dinners, no games, no guilt, no financial drama. One evening, Sophie mentioned something about the guy Lily had been seeing, the co-worker. I'd known him from industry events. Apparently, Lily had been test driving him while I kept the apartment running. He wasn't interested in a relationship. The setup backfired beautifully. Lily gambled, tried to juggle both of us. Lost. It was clear the chapter with Lily was over. I was single, and it was time to move on. Then came the morning that really sealed it. Sophie stayed over. We made breakfast, laughing and joking. Lily walked into the kitchen, saw us, went pale. "Are you serious?" I just smiled. "Yes, roommates. Life goes on." She didn't speak for 10 seconds, then left, slamming the door again. Later, I found out she spent hours crying to friends. Posting. Vague social media rants about toxic men and emotional manipulation, but no names. Everyone knew. Everyone understood. The final month of our lease approached. I'd been quietly apartment hunting. Found a perfect one-bedroom, signed the lease. Lily froze when I told her. "Moving out. You can't just leave." I shrugged. "Lease ends. I'm moving. Standard options. Get a roommate, move home, or work it out financially." She tried every tactic. Crying, begging, seduction, pathetic. "It's not about the money," she said. "You don't want me," I said calmly. "Exactly. You wanted convenience and a safety net. Now you're left with consequences." Move-out day was surreal. Movers came early, packed everything. My furniture, my clothes, all of it. Lily watched from her doorway, silent. I said, "Yep, this is it. You ruined it, not me." She sobbed, pleaded, "Please don't go." I waved. "Bye, roommate." Drove to my new apartment. Sophie helped me unpack. We ordered Thai food, toasted to the new beginning. Later, I learned Lily couldn't afford the place without me. Broke the lease, lost the deposit, sold her car. The co-worker ghosted her once she was broke. Friends disappeared. Meanwhile, Sophie and I moved in together a few months later. Everything split 50-50ths. Communication, respect, partnership, relationships, work when both people try, and that's the lesson. If someone tells you they only see you as a roommate, don't be shocked when they treat you like one. Don't be shocked when you move out. And don't be shocked when karma quietly cleans house. After moving out, life felt surreal at first. My new apartment smelled of fresh paint and possibility. Sophie unpacked. I set up our shared space, and for the first time in years, it felt like my life belonged to me again. But Lily's saga wasn't over. Friends started messaging, me texting, sliding into D, missaying things like, "You're heartless. She's traumatized. How could you do this?" I didn't respond. My only reply was facts. Roommates. She chose this. She set boundaries. I respected them. Then came the bombshell. Her dad called. Classic furious dad energy. "Evan, you're abandoning her." I stayed calm. "Dad, I'm not abandoning her. She made choices. She can find a roommate, figure out housing. That's adult life." Silence. "But she relied on you." "Exactly. She relied. She gambled. She lost. I'm living my life now." Click line, dead. Her friends didn't stop, though. One night, they came by my old apartment building, cornering me in the parking lot, all dramatic, loud voices. "You're destroying her life. She's crying every day. You can fix this." I sighed. "Fix what? You don't get it. She doesn't want me. She doesn't want a relationship. She asked to be roommates. I gave her exactly that. Now she's facing consequences, period." They couldn't process it. I just repeated the mantra. Roommates. That's all. Meanwhile, Sophie and I were thriving. Coffee Saturday mornings, walks along the river, laughter, debates about nothing, dinners we cooked together, bills split fairly, chores shared, respect mutual. It was a relief to finally experience partnership without games, without manipulation, without drama. Fast forward a few months. Lily was working retail full-time, living back in her childhood bedroom, barely scraping together bills, no social life. Her co-worker, gone. Friends, drifted away. Everything she had gambled, freedom, safety net, financial comfort was gone. Consequences, pure and simple. She realized too late that calling me a roommate didn't remove accountability. It only transferred responsibility for her choices back to her. I occasionally saw her posts online. Vague rants about toxic men and manipulation. No names. Everyone reading knew exactly what had happened. Karma had a quiet, beautiful way of cleaning up after reckless games. Meanwhile, Sophie moved in fully, our lives meshing perfectly. Shared responsibilities, equal contributions, communication, mutual respect. She even joked one night while I was doing dishes. This is wild. Relationships are easier when people actually want to be with each other. I laughed, nodded, true, wild, and freeing. Looking back, the hardest lesson was simple. Take people at their word. Lily said she only wanted a roommate. I honored that. That decision created discomfort, chaos, and heartbreak, but it wasn't mine. It was hers. She gambled, misjudged, and faced the consequences, and me. I slept great in my own bed, in a home with someone who truly wanted to be there, someone I actually wanted to be with. The best revenge isn't revenge. It's just letting people live with the choices they made. So now, Whenever I think about that fateful conversation on the couch, I don't feel anger or regret. I feel clarity, honesty, and freedom. If you tell someone they're just a roommate, don't be shocked when they start living like one. And never be shocked when they leave.